bracket, so the loser will be unfortunately be eliminated, and we are off, and it is a reverse overworld, so fun times.
Reverse overworld is always fun. It always changes how you can do screen scrolling because certain screen scrolls you can't really do anymore, whereas new screen scrolls open up, so it really changes the strategy of how you get around the overworld. Really excited to see some of the differences.
We do have a bomb shop at the start screen, so that's not a bad thing. I think they were a little bit on the pricier side, though.
I missed it. I'm going to get it again on the next shop when it was there, but pricey bombs are not good. We have to hope that the secrets in the seed are actually fairly large to compensate.
Actually, they weren't pricey. They were only 7. I'm hearing in chat.
Oh,
I thought it's a 37 personally, but
yeah, I missed it. But we'll get another look at it anyway, I'm sure.
So we have jkoper, very well known for his swordless prowess, very well known in the Zelda 1 community. And Caracarn VI, also very well known. Plays a lot of games, a lot of marathon type games like Final Fantasy IX. Very solid, very solid in his own right as well.
We found our first rupee Horror of the Sea, but it was the small one, 11 rupees. And I think what jkoper found 2 of already, and Caracarn found at least 1 of, was door repair. So we don't know what the amount of door repair is. We have level 8 or board 8 on Caracarn's side.
That is possibly a first quest level 8. No, this is going to be a second quest level 8.
No, this looks like second quest. It looks like
yep,
Spiral.
This is definitely 7th quest.
And that confirms it.
So 7 through 9 will all be second quest.
And there's 25 for the medium secret. Could be worse, but that's still not really that good.
So you see Caracarn hitting some of these orange bubbles. What do those do to him there, Cyclone?
Orange bubbles are when they hit him, not him hitting them because I don't think he wants to hit them. But when they hit him, they reverse the controls. Now, later on in the E8 flag set, they can do one of 3 things, including slowing the runner down. But in this flag set, it's always going to be just reversing the control layout, so to speak. So they have to push different buttons. The blue bubble fixes it.
jkoper finding a nice cheap candle. Only 48, so if he takes a little bit of time to find his free one, he might just opt to buy one.
Oh, nice dodging by Caracarn to get around all the red bubbles in that corner room. There were like 7 or 8 petting them down there. Yeah, I can confirm that shop did show 7 for the bombs. So, yep, that is confirmed.
It's definitely 7 now.
Oh,
lots of orange bubbles here.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to dodge those ones. You have to hope for another blue bubble later on to get around those.
So with this being level 8, there are 2 items, but there are a lot of staircases. I believe there are 6 staircases in this level 8, plus 2 item staircases.
Yeah, I believe 2 of them are one-way staircases. 4 of them actually connect. The one-way ones, of course, go to rooms where you can't access the stair on the other side. The stair does exist, you just can't access it if you were to try and push for it. And there's the scrap metal or the metal boomerang for Caracarn. Since you didn't have any kind of weaponry, this is a good first starting weapon. At least you can cause some of the enemies to freeze in place and go through them, but may or may not be useful in this flag set, except for things like the hands and dropping a bomb on them.
Our most item is going to be the flute, so pretty decent item. Lets you traverse the overworld a little bit quicker.
Looks like that was very close to Act 8.
Yep, it was 1 screen above.
Ah, the blue ring shop. No, interesting. So, Caracarn will get that soon, I believe.
Yeah, he'll grab it right now. He was heading up that way when he found level 8.
Ooh, the buddy is stuck with
jkoper also going to make that trip into the dungeon.
Caracarn gets his flute and immediately takes a death. Not a bad place to take a death. He can pick another path to explore.
I think he got it in time. I'm not positive. And yes, he did.
I just saw it on the menu. And it looks like the starting screen, Caracarn just bombed that open and it produced a medicine shop, it looks like.
Yeah, so thankfully Caracarn picked that up in time before meeting his untimely demise.
And 25 medium secret for Caracarn, so that's 2 secrets for him so far. It looks like jkoper might have lost his I thought he got a medium secret. Maybe it was just a small secret he got.
That medium secret is actually the bare minimum. That's kind of painful.
Yeah, that is horrible. This is looking like, depending on the large secret, could be a poverty seed or at least a low money seed. The small secret of 11 is at least just above average, but small secrets aren't that big of a difference.
Yeah, you really want to have a high medium if possible. The medium secret is kind of the one that depends the seed. So to have that on the lower end is a little bit of troublesome. So these skeletons are just juking around jkoper, not having any luck bombing them.
Yeah, he was just going to point that out. He was having some difficulty getting some of those skeletons to go down. They just didn't want to go. But he finally got through. He's out of bombs, though, so he's going to have no dependable weapon here. So jkoper gets his boomerang, so at least he has something dependable, just doesn't kill everything.
Yeah, jkoper does grab his boomerang now as well. And Caracarn is in 4. We'll see what dungeon layout this one is. It looks like it's going to be second quest level 4. So it's going to be a full second quest today.
Yeah, I'm watching it. It's looking like it could be a second quest, because that looks like around where the D would be in the second quest. So it looks like, as you said, probably a full second quest.
So this is going to make keys all the more important, just because levels 1, 2, 3 all tend to eat up keys pretty quickly. Plus it'll make bait more viable. 2 bait blocks. Yeah, not a lot of fun with a full second quest setup.
On top of that, level 4 is the more important of the levels in terms of the first 6, because that's the level that gives you 2 potential items in it, whereas that's level 1 in the first quest set, and that can also change based on the seeds we get here. Like it'll be level 1 or level 4 in this flag set, depending on which set of levels it is. So in this flag set, or in this set of second quest 1 to 6, I'm trying to say is that's where the level 4 is the one that has 2 items. Level 1 only has 1 item. And trying to get the manhandless Caracarn doesn't get the shot and takes a death.
The one thing to remember with this level 4 though is it's the third largest of the original 8 dungeons. So it's can be very long and windy, and people can get a little bit lost. It's usually pretty key heavy and pretty bomb heavy as well, so it's not the best one to be in early.
Yeah, I agree. It actually is, in terms of the races I've called in this tournament so far, as jkoper is doing some bubble juking there. That is very nicely done. Level 4 tends to be one of the levels that tends to decide races. If there's an important item in there, runners trying to dig that item or not digging that item can sometimes decide the race. Caracarn found the any-roads, by the way. I missed where the first one was, but the 2 are very close together there. And one was in the raft spot, so that rules out 50% of the raft locations.
One thing to note, we have not found our free candle yet.
We did find the cheap meat, though, 59 rupees.
That's not bad. With a full second quest, we'll need it in level 3 and most likely level 7.
I've also seen it in level 8 on occasion, too, so who knows. The spiral levels are, and level 3 in particular, are nasty for needing the bait, because there's no way around some of those.
We also did find our large secret. It was pretty well below minimum, also. Pretty well below average, I should say. So, yeah, money might be interesting in this seed.
The red Octoroks are squishy today. Just reporting in now. They died of the boomerang. The blue ones, however, are a little bit hardier. Oh, found level 9.
It's actually nice to find that right now because he was only on half a heart. So you can take that up and a refill up and still continue with his exploration. A little bit safer to move around now.
Yep, I agree. That's a good way to get your hearts back if you're really low on health. Just hop in a level you know is there, restart, and you're good to go.
Caracarn is going to head over to the coast. We'll check out what our other free item is going to be for us.
And Caracarn immediately loses all of his, most of his health again. We have a lot of dig dogs in level 8, by the way. This could be blocking an item.
Yeah, we have our flute already, so that's not that big of a deal.
Yep. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, name that tune.
Alright, so our power verset's on the coast. That means our white sword bombs are going to be in a dungeon somewhere. So that could be a little bit troublesome, because someone might pick that up, not realize that it is the dungeon item, and then dig for additional dungeon items, especially if it's in levels 1 and 3.
jkoper having a little difficulty getting through the door in the in that room, and we found wizard rooms. Oh, there's a wall masters in that room. He just takes the death. Chevy room. He wanted to see what kind of room it was.
Well, I mean, he did see what kind of room it was. Probably not in the way he wanted to do, but gonna take a save and come back here later on.
I actually like this. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I actually kind of like the strategy that he did that, because he knew that when you die, you get to see what room you're in, whether it's dark or whether it's light. So he actually picked up on that, and he wanted to see exactly what he was facing there. So now he has the information the ladder is needed there. I like that strategy.
Yeah, it's neat to go that direction. It might be a workaround, but gonna need some combat before we come back to the level, I think.
Found our candle.
That's nice for jkoper. It lets him burn the forest, and it's a little bit of extra offense. Caracarn will probably pick up one pretty soon as well. He'll probably just buy his, considering he's kind of going away from where it is.
Yeah, he's far away from it. It's very close to where level 9 was. So, yeah. If he finds it soon, he may, just like you said, probably buy it, depending on the price. He's not going to try to pick up the pack of bombs just now. That could have been... That was likely the magical sword bombs, but it could have also been white sword if they ended up in the same spot today by some chance.
Yeah, either way, though, you need between 3 and 6 hearts to pick that up, so he wasn't even in contention for it yet.
And we found part of the gambling district in Hyrule today. And looks like a medicine shop on jkoper's side. His medicine shop is governed by likes.
So we just got some interesting information by jkoper. He was just level 5, and you need the wand to go further into that dungeon. Therefore, that tells us that our wand will not be in level 9 tonight.
That is correct. If anytime there's a wand requirement or a requirement for any item in a dungeon to get any kind of progression, for example, if you have to kill a Goma, that would mean the bow is not in 9, for example, too. So very, very confirmed that the wand is going to be somewhere outside. If they are still looking for that wand and they haven't, and they're almost done getting the Triforces, they're going to be outside 9 looking for that wand before they go to 9.
Caracarn does opt to buy the cheap candle.
Ooh, Caracarn got a stun on one of the Koreas just as it fired its own boomerang and got nailed as he caught his own. And we have not found any of the large secrets yet, so we're still working on very, very limited income right now.
No, we found one of the large because it was only 73.
Did? Oh, 73. Okay, could be worse, but not that good either. And we found the last of the final 3 levels, which is level 7 here. So let's see what jkoper finds there, as Caracarn is in level 5.
Level 7 being the opposite spiral. And that is why our level 5 is blocked. Oh, wait, actually, no, hold on. jkoper did not check this way. Caracarn was able to walk through the wall at the start screen.
And Handler not cooperating for Caracarn, and 2 bombs wasted and dead.
Now this could be troublesome for jkoper if something like the wand isn't here and if he thinks that this level is wand blocked.
Okay, Caracarn got the, let's just say the nasty monster down and found a bomb pack. So all 4 bombs used, refilled from the main handle. Now jkoper found some blue bubbles, so surely there are some red bubbles in here as well. Level 7.
Alright, so that level 5 is now ladder blocked as well as wand blocked. Ladder can get around the wand block though.
So that's 2 levels we know that have a ladder blocking them tonight, and jkoper already getting mugged. He's using the zombie strategy here, so he's down to 0 health and finds he can't continue, so just leaves with no loss.
See if we can navigate around this lovely Lionel room without taking too much damage.
Good news is there was a fairy right there to pick him up as soon as he took damage.
Takes out the Lionel, gets a transport staircase, going to bring him deeper into the dungeon a little bit.
Caracarn finding a lot of levers in the desert. That seems strangely vanilla. And he finds a blue candle shop, and I don't recall. Oh, he did pick one up. Okay, so he doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, he bought it on his trip through the graveyard.
He found one to buy. Okay, and blue danger noodles on jkoper's side gets away. And we have super ropes.
See what their HP is like. Gonna be trapped in here with them, so they can't really do much. Gonna try to burn them down and then probably use a bomb.
He's trying to get really fancy with it, but the last 2 are not reciprocating. There we go, there's one of them. Here comes the last one. And bomb time. One shot.
Nicely done.
There's another 73 large secret for Caracarn. Oh shoot. So, up, he takes an immediate death as he steps in a little too quickly there and steps right on the tail of the danger noodle and takes it out.
Yeah, with one bomb, he might want to come back now. He's gonna check more to the left, I guess.
Given how he hasn't really found a lot of items in dungeons except the boomerang yet, I'm sure he... Oh, and the recorder on the armor spot, I'm sure he feels there must be something somewhere, so he might be at the point he just wants to dig and see if he can find anything. Like that red candle.
That's a huge find. You got some repeatable offense now. Caracarn in level 3 got some beefy whiz robes, though.
And it looks like the bats are somewhat beefy as well, because they didn't die at a 1 fire blast like they usually do. jkoper using his single key to open the door and get mugged. Caracarn is in level 3, so I think the only levels we have left to find are 1, 2, and 6. We've seen the others located. And Caracarn finds the Triforce in its vanilla screen in level 3, so I did not see if he found an item in there. We don't have one marked yet, so I assume he's going to go back in and try and dig that out. Unless he already found a bait block that I didn't catch.
No, he has not found the item in 3 yet.
It looks like a vanilla starting screen, too. I think you started on the right, if I'm not mistaken, so... Very vanilla start, very vanilla finish in that level. So the bait block up in this area would be absolutely nasty.
Now, Caracarn did find a heart container just hanging out on the ground. So we're going to assume that is the dungeon heart for now.
And he just got a hand, so he was sent back to the start of the dungeon. what is in here? An empty room? Hands? No hands. This... Now, the item would be on the ground, so, this staircase would be the transport to the other side. This, I'm sure, is the transport he took before.
Well, the transport led to the Triforce, but there's one more room to the south.
Exactly. Very often I have seen the item in the room to the south of the Triforce on that side too, or north, depending on the layout. So it could be right here to the south, or it could be that room at the very top. But I think he might not have found the bait block yet. He may have concluded that top room is the bait block. And we have a Gleeok. This could be blocking our item.
I don't know if he checked the room up north of the start there, though.
I think he might have ruled that... I think he might have concluded that had to be a bait block. I think he saw... I'm assuming he saw that top right room on the lower segment. If he did, then he may have just assumed the top room was a bait block and not be checking. And he finds more meat and keys. And I don't know if this was noted yet, but we have Pole's voice on the overworld, so that's a good enemy to see on the overworld because it means we're not going to have to spend our time slashing them without the bow in order to open doors.
So that Gleeok in level 3 very well could be hiding our items.
I think it has to be. The only question is, will it be an important item? Will it be an important item or not? The one thing we know is if that Gleeok is hiding it, it's not the magic rock.
Well, there was 2 rooms that Caracarn didn't check in that 3, so it's not definite yet.
Not definite, but if it is.
He had the one that was blocked by the Wizard of Combat that he didn't check, and then he had the one north of the start screen.
That's right. So Caracarn checks the secret spot and finds the largest secret, and his wallet is nearly full. Caracarn obtains the piece of paper with words on it, so he may get to check the medicine prices soon. And he's quickly going in here. This was a magic shop he wants to see, it looks like. 41 and 52. I'm going to say the Coke wins today.
See how long it takes our Caracarn to head back to level 7. And if he chooses to dig it out a little bit when he gets there.
Nice screen by Caracarn. He's examining the lower segment of the overworld near one of the raft spots. That raft spot, we still don't know what it leads to. We do know the other one was a take any, so 50% chance. 50% confirmed already, the raft, not required. The other one, we don't know yet. And there's level 2, under a burn bush. Level 2 in the second quest format is shaped like the letter A. In fact, those first 5 dungeons spell out Zelda in some weird order.
jkoper picking up a 4th heart. Still don't know where the white sword is quite yet.
Oh, another shoot room.
Caracarn unfortunately running afoul of the blue outline. I'll take taking a beam plus the snake. Gonna go back to start.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate combination of attacks that came after him. He really had nowhere to go on that.
Also, a little bit of a segue, Cyclone. We see F. Coughlin in chat. If you guys haven't been enjoying this tournament, please give Fred some support. He is the creator of the Zelda 1 Randomizer. And without him, this tournament would not be happening. So thank you, Fred, for putting this together, and we definitely appreciate it.
And this is not his only randomizer. I know he's done the Super Mario Brothers 3 randomizers as well. I know I've seen him racing other randos. In fact, when we did our bracket reveal for the Spoiler Log tournament a couple weeks ago, we actually did a joke in there. I did a joke in that saying that we tend to blame him for anything vanilla in any randomizer now.
Now, Caracarn did find an awesome item here in level 2. He found the bow, so he has some repeatable offense once he gets some arrows.
Card sneaks through another room of super ropes and walks straight into danger noodles. And forgets the shoot room is here, but I guess he came to pick up the compass, wants to know where the Triforce is. Look where that Triforce is, right on the other side of the shoot room.
Always the way.
It's like the seed knows. So at least he knows which room he has to clean out. Let's see which room this was again, because he was here before. This is the aisle room.
So yeah, could be a little bit combat heavy. Might not be able to do this in just a candle.
Oh, we'll see how it goes.
It's pretty close to start, so we can all just come back.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the boomerang can freeze the Lionels, so I would actually just try to freeze the Lionels a little bit and then use one bomb, but that may or may not be enough on Lionel.
Yeah, unfortunately Lionel's rolled up, so you tend to see Lionel's die to a bomb more on a plus or minus 4 than a plus or minus 2.
Ah. jkoper clears out a room with Lionel's level 6, doesn't get a reward for it. Returns to get his health back, and goes a different way.
Now that he has 8 bombs, this room would be pretty easy for him.
Oh, looking at Caracarn, except he just took a death, so that will unfortunately reset the room, because he didn't leave after killing enemies in the room.
Yeah, I guess that's the unfortunate part with that room being kind of like a narrow passageway. Lionel shoot straight, and if you can't dodge left or right, they tend to hit you.
And dealing with the bubbles at the same time, at least those bubbles only turn off your sword when we don't have a sword, so those ones don't affect them, but they're still annoying to deal with because they can push you right into the Lionels.
What I would probably do here is I would go up to the left or right of him and bomb across the aisle.
Now, I actually like that strategy because the bombs will affect both sides of the aisle, so and also the top. So if you plant the bombs perfectly, you can nail 2 or 3 if they're gathered in that area and they can't hit you. Caracarn trying to get the screen scroll, eventually gets it, takes out the moblin on the screen, and is going to start exploring the Death Mountain area, looks like. We still have level 1 and level 5 at large as he tries to get through the bunnies. They unfortunately get him. He's going to have to come back and enter the cave as jkoper takes a death at level 6.
Unfortunately for our Caracarn, we haven't seen an arrow shop quite yet, so he's going to be a little bit delayed getting some offense.
Yeah, the bow without arrows is underranked compared to the red candle, so takes a death there, and That arrow shot may be the rare shot for all we know. Well, at least the bombs are cheap.
There's also moblins pretty close. Oh, just one screen to the right, so you can always just burn down the moblins if need be. I didn't remember where level 7 was for jkoper.
I don't remember the exact screen myself, but I do want to say it was somewhere in a woodsy area of some sort, I think. I just don't remember the exact screen.
Yeah, I don't think it was too far from the start. Oh, it was right here. Vanilla 3.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so, yeah, Vanilla level 3, close to the woods.
So, Caracarn is going the right direction. He'll get his red candle in this room right here.
Had to wait patiently for the Zelda to get out of the way because it was blocking the door. Going to try and clip in to avoid having to fight these lead moles because he doesn't have the red fire to completely kill him. So he's going to get it now, and let's see if he decides to hang around the level.
Probably really happy to see that just because it is a repeal offense that's free at this point. And he didn't have arrows yet for his bow, so... Gets him back on the board as far as combat goes. So I think they're pretty much neck and neck still at this point. Caracarn might actually have a little bit of a lead now because he has a Triforce at 3.
He does, and he did hang around. He did kill the light noodles, and ran into the Goma, found a locked door, and said, "Nope, different direction."
Well, no key, so he can't really go any more further.
Exactly.
I can just burn down the Lionel. It's not worry as much about taking hits.
jkoper is now checking out the staircases. We didn't see the last one. The last one goes down to the coast. Or another one of the aisle rooms here. But this is the horizontal aisles. I've seen some good strategies for these so-called danger noodle rooms. I like what he's doing right now where he throws out some fire, then ducks back in the door when the snakes come after him so he can't be attacked by them. That way they get the damage and he doesn't. And that was a one-way staircase from the danger noodle room. So to explain that shoot room that he came out in, the left column, the middle block, will push, but you have to do it for either the left or the middle of the room, and the staircase appears on the right side of the room. So that is why we refer to it as a one-way staircase. The staircase does appear, you just can't access it.
So both runners are a little bit resource starved. Caracarn only on without any keys at all, and jkoper on 2. So money could start being a playing factor if we have to buy some keys. Caracarn taking a hit from the same Lemolo that took out jkoper a little bit ago.
I didn't catch it, but I'm seeing chat talking about a bait block somewhere.
Nice bombing of the Dark Nuts gets jkoper another heart container.
Caracarn does have a key, he's thinking about using it, he does use it. And it goes right by the Goma, they can't kill.
So there is just the Triforce left in level 7. There's only one item here.
Oh, that's not fun for Caracarn. Goes straight up to near the top and gets mugged and has to give up a bomb because he doesn't want to drop his only extra heart. Jkoper came up to this room earlier, and he only had 3 hearts, so he was able to go into zombie state and not lose a heart.
With how easy that red candle was to get, it may be beneficial for Caracarn just to up an A and retry and get that heart back, get that 1 bomb back.
I think he might try.
Their start screen wasn't too far from the start. So.
I think he might try and explore a little bit more and see how he ends up. And if it turns out to get really nasty, he might just do that. So we're up to the 36-minute point of the seed. This is starting to look like one of those really strange layouts already, because we only have 1 Triforce for 1 runner so far. Very few items actually found, and still a lot to figure out in the seed. So it looks like we might be in for a while on this one. We find the princess's room in level 4.
It hasn't struck me as an overly difficult seed, just slow moving.
Yeah, very slow moving.
Not really slow moving at default in the runners, just the seed's just not giving them much once they got the red candle.
Exactly. I'm not saying that as a fault to any of the runners, obviously, because both are very skilled runners to get where they are in this tournament. Just sometimes some of the seeds can be really, really, very, let's say sparse is the word I want to use, very sparse, and it's hard to get going on them, and that's just how the seed works, unfortunately. Caracarn, I didn't catch if he actually did a read. Yeah, he did do. Does he have?
No, he did not retry.
He did not retry. Okay, I didn't catch if he did, so I wasn't sure if he was back up to 8 bomb.
No, he is still at 7. So someone needs to teach that shopkeeper how to price his goods.
We found the arrow shop. 66 rupees gets you a bundle of arrows.
You know, it's interesting that he bought those. I may have gone a little bit longer until I saw I was actually arrow blocked, especially now that he has a red candle. So I say that simply because he's on 0 keys, and the keys weren't super expensive, so I probably would have bought some keys before buying the arrows.
Caracarn, following foul of the mirrored overworld, he went up and then turned to go the left like he usually would and forgot that he has to go right in the mirrored overworld for the Lost Woods.
Yeah, and there's no way to cheat it. Yeah, you actually have to make the walk around.
So he appears on the other side, finds a group of pea hats, blows the whistle, nothing happens but a tornado appearing. Heads up, gets some rocks falling on him going into the graveyard. He's on his way to push 2 gravestones after he sees what happens here and gets another tornado, has to dodge it. So now he's going to push the gravestones, see if either of them gives away. The first one does not. Moving over to the one on the other side. On the very edge of the map, that one does give way. Inside we have another shop for bombs. Jkoper, meanwhile, using the whistle spots. If you're still playing, name that tune, everyone.
We had word that was from Final Fantasy II.
Ah, I didn't see that. I'm not familiar with that tune.
Caracarn may be heading back to level 8 at this point. Armed with an arrow and 7 bombs. Doesn't make... not a bad play. You're gonna do it once... you have to do it eventually anyway.
And this is the level that also has 2 items in it, so he may want to see what items are in here. He might be hoping the magic rod is one of those 2 items. That was a nice, convenient blue bubble push. Just push the other side of the block. He kept right on going. The red one, not as convenient, though.
Unfortunate with Wizards here in level 8.
Oh,
Caracarn gets a hand out of the dungeon.
Caracarn forgetting that hiding in the door will not save you from the Wall Masters. They will grab you out of the door. They will deposit you back at the start. He does get a nice blue bubble in here, so he can walk normally again. Well, not for long. Get out of there before he succumbs to the red bubbles.
This could be the situation where you need to have a key to go deeper in this level 8. You might have to go to the left of that front.
It also looks like the way that the bubbles seem to be the priority enemy in this level, so it seems like you're going to be expected to do this one inverted most of the time, too. jkoper taking another nap on the in the north. I think that's the north west near the secret spot. Ooh, Caracarn tried to fire at the Southos, and I don't think it registered. He left before it registered.
Caracarn getting some nice knowledge here in this particular room that you can actually despawn the Wizards because the Southos are the dominant enemy in that setup.
And Caracarn takes a death to one of the Southos in the next room. Have Recorder Lake, which gives away his lips are sealed, 25 rupees.
Yeah, I still think this level 8 is going to be making go to the left at the start.
Yeah, at this point I think it is going to be a go left level 8. I think you're right. Oh, nice clock. That'll save him from taking a death in here again.
I think there was a key in this room, I want to say.
So he was using his arrows, then he realized, wait a minute, I can use fire on these guys to save the money. Nice initial dodge of the bubbles, but he eventually got hit as he pushed the block. Finds another transport. Let's see where this one takes him. I don't know if we've seen this yet or not. Oh, this takes him down to the other end of the spiral. But he can't go to the right because the staircase is right there. He goes left, he finds the Dig Doggers. We did see this on jkoper's side. He did fight one of these Dig Doggers. And Caracarn gets the boomerang out, and was trying to get the whistle out, I mean to say. He didn't quite get to it in time before the Dig Dogger touched him, and that was all it needed. Oh, he goes back in. He did find a key. Realized he got a key, so he is going to go left and see what's going on to the left. And
yeah,
dies
those
anyway.
Staphos having more HP than they should.
And also swords. I thought this was a no swords tournament.
Well, I mean, Ganon's minions can cheat.
We found the Triforce in level 8. It was 2 squares, or maybe 1 square, right away. 1 square to the left of the starting screen was the Triforce. So he may opt to come back later when he's better armed, because he can just whistle back whenever he wants to.
Yeah, at this point, with how much he has left and how buried that item could be, This is actually a wise play, because as you said, he does have that flute, so he can get back there relatively quickly if he has to. But he's going to look at other avenues first and come back there later on if he absolutely has to.
I think he'll be looking for the red ring as a possible option, which again could be level 8 for all we know. But that's that'd be one of those things that will make combat in there easier, make it easier to go digging in.
He's going to try to clear out 7 now with his arrows. Going to be able to take out those gomas. Nice to have the albinos die to 1 arrow.
Very nice. So Caracarn is using the what I'd like to consider a safer strat, trying to get the danger noodles. He was on the right side, hoping that if they were in the center, they would be drawn to the right side through the center, but not able to get him through the wall. I've seen that used in other races too. Turns out they weren't really reciprocating, so he went back around at the bottom to try to get some more attention to them, and they eventually got him. He does follow the one-way staircase, though.
Yeah, we saw that room already.
Yep.
He tried to clear this from earlier, but he took a death on it, I believe.
It almost seems a little trollish when you go after an enemy like the blue danger noodles, and then they result in a one-way staircase.
Yeah, that's the game kind of just being like, haha.
Yeah, the game knows. And that's the exact room that the staircase was in, so it just goes 2 away, and you're walking your way back around. Hi, Gleok. Looks like there is a workaround to the Gleok. You don't have to fight it to get to the room below. jkoper taking another death. Looks like it was to some pea hats. No, not pea hats, Pole's voice, sorry. P. And Caracarn getting killed in the room he was just in. Didn't get to see what the workaround was yet.
To mention chat, P-hats cannot be shuffled. They used to be able to, but no longer. Just because of how long they take to kill sometimes, they just kind of float around.
That's correct. I have heard that before. The P-hats, sometimes they don't like to land, so they're annoying inside dungeons. They always are in the overworld, as you said. I just named the Pole's voice as P-hats by accident. That was my error. Oh, nice delayed kill on the Lionel. Just walked right into the fire. For Caracarn. jkoper did meanwhile invest in some medicine. Decided it was probably a good seed to invest in some of that.
Caracarn is going to go to the left and pass the Goma at this point. Let's see if our Goma has our Triforce. It does not.
Well, at least we got a confirmation of that, so he will be happy knowing that that key door is the next thing he can look in over there. With such key starvation we're seeing here so far, I'm actually wondering where that any key is located. We found level 6, so the only level we're missing now is level 1.
Coper was in here earlier on. He found.
Oh, he was. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, level 1 is still the only level we're missing, I think.
jkoper's in an okay situation as far as keys go. Having 3 is not the worst. Caracarn is in a little bit of a tight spot though at 0.
We found a ladder block at level 6. Again, we might have seen this already, but that ladder block, I don't think there's a room up there, so I don't think it's going to really affect anything. That ladder block, however, will.
Caracarn, back into level 3 to see if you can get that item out of here or not. With bow in hand, he'll be able to clear out the other couple of rooms that he has.
Well, there was really only the one room. I think the bait block might have been that topmost room. We're going to get confirmation if he goes up there. But, yeah, this one room... Actually, he just passed through that room again. He didn't clear it.
Yeah, there's the 2 rooms to the north of here, and then the 1 room north of the start.
Ah, beefy wizards. He almost picked up the Caracarn almost picked up the compass, but then was like, "Oh wait, I got that already." And as I suspected, that was the bait block up there.
So let's get Arden's to be in that left-hand wing, or the room above the north here. Yeah, this room right here might have our... Yep, this is going to be our item room in this one.
This could be our item, yeah. I'm kind of thinking it might be the Gleeok, though, but we'll see if it's here first. And Caracarn again did give up a bomb to a mugger, so he is limited to 7 bombs now. And the Wizrobe's kind of juking him out right now. But rolled into that one. Jkoper falling again, and Caracarn finds the silver arrows!
So Caracarn getting a little bit of an upgrade as far as offense goes. Going to be a 4 heart damage item now.
Still costs rupees to fire though, so he's at the point that he's down to 59 rupees. He might I know I have seen races decided on not having arrows for Ganon, so I would be mindful in this case of not using all of that firepower.
Well, he also has 0 keys, so if he uses all of his resources on arrows, he won't be able to buy it.
Exactly.
Could be a seed where you want to mark a money-making game if possible.
Preferably one close to the start. Or find a rupee boss very early in a level. I actually saw one of those the other day where it was the very first room inside of level 1 and he just kept farming it.
Well, there's our money-making game, but it's not close to start. Caracarn gonna check Vanilla 5 at this point.
And jkoper getting just destroyed by those Lionels. They ganged up on him in the corner. Caracarn making his way through the Lost Hills. Finds another gambling district. And the Lost Hills itself is a power bracelet locked location. Can't go in there yet. That looked like a door repair, and I actually just caught finally the amount of money that takes out. 19 rupees.
Yeah, that's kind of painful on a little money seed like this.
jkoper down to half a heart again, fighting 3 Lionels. Uses the potion.
I was thinking if Caracarn might be going back into 8, but he is not at the moment.
And jkoper not even bothering to deal with the blue worms in here. I wouldn't either. And another ugly Lionel room with red bubbles in it. But at least there's a blue bubble there for a little bit of relief.
Yeah, this is the one that jkoper has been dying on a couple times.
He's at full health this time, and he seems to be using the bubbles as a means of defense. He can't be hurt by the Laos as long as the bubbles are touching him instead. Now he just wants to be hit last by the blue bubble. Now he wants to dodge all the red bubbles, get the bombs, get out of here. There he goes.
Caracarn is on the hunt for something. We'll see what he's actually looking for.
jkoper finds a chute room with a key door at the end of it. There's a key on the left of that chute as well, key door. So hopefully he remembers where that is. It doesn't accidentally use a key on that door.
Goliath in a potential push block room.
That is not fun to see. Finds a way out of it though. Okay, I check the vanilla entrance down here. This looks like a push block room.
It is a push block, and we'll see if it's a transport. It is not.
It is an item. It is
it's
a raft.
So is level 1 going to be raft blocked? It's only going to be opening up one spot for us.
Correct. The other one was under the ending roads, and we know that because it popped us out in there. You couldn't go anywhere. So, yeah, the only one left is that one near vanilla level 1. See if that's a if that's level 1 or if that's just another dead end.
With this being the every first overworld, you can kind of cheat the other one also.
So jkoper did get to the figure out the room above the vanilla start in level 6, and he found the Triforce down there. It was very deep in the levels, down all the way down that column.
We have Goma City here in level 4.
Caracarn, meanwhile, just took out a rupee boss. Good way to get some free money.
Well, we got some Dark Nuts, so we'll see if he chooses to he's gonna respawn them first and then probably deal with them, maybe.
He's gonna try to save those bombs if he can. At the same time, that means he's using the arrows instead of the red candle, and while it is more effective, I keep watching that rupee number go down to 39 now.
Well, we have one of our items, and it is going to be the ladder.
The ladder!
Awesome
the raft
pickup.
and ladder, both in level 4.
Well, no, the raft wasn't here. The
raft
was in 6.
I missed. Okay. That was jkoper who found the raft. My mistake. I got mixed up. So there is a second item we still have to find in level 4 then.
So you need the bow with arrows to get to the ladder.
And jkoper, I don't think, has either of those yet.
He does not know.
Bow is in level 2, and arrows seem to be a rare shop.
Arrows were in the forest.
I think it was the one shop, though, right?
He actually may have bought the wood arrows already. He just doesn't have the bow to shoot them yet.
Oh, okay. I'll have to keep an eye out on his menu to see if that's the case. Actually, here it is right now. He does have the arrows. You're right.
Caracarn gun close to where the Triforce here is in 4. There is still one item here, though. That is going to be a Triforce in Zelda's room. You don't see that very often.
Going back to the name that tune earlier, someone making note it sounds almost like Phantom Train, just that one note doesn't sound right, someone says.
jkoper going to poke around level 8 a little bit more now.
Caracarn did some of this and didn't get very far with it, so let's see how far jkoper gets now. We're now at the 1 hour mark. For anyone coming in late, thank you for joining us. I'm Cyclone, joined by Dark Falls. We are watching the All Boards, No Swords Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament race between jkoper and Caracarn. This is a lower bracket round 3 matchup. Winner moves on to face the Elite 8 Blades their next match.
And while you're saying that, let's give both these runners a follow too. Show them both some support. It's been a heck of a race so far. And please support our tracker behind the scenes at Belmort79.
And Belmort also posting links to all the channels for both the runners and for those of us on the crew as well. So definitely follow the runners. Oh, jkoper found his Triforce. He's trying to find a way through. Now, Caracarn, I don't think, bombed this wall. I think he just took the Triforce and left. jkoper's going to take it now himself, having bombed the wall open. So we are, jkoper does go back into level 8. He is going to take that bomb. He'll want to get the Triforce to get his health back, it looks like. Finds another heart container in there. This will be his 8th heart. Interesting health disparity. Caracarn only has 4 hearts so far. Hasn't been finding a lot of the dungeon hearts. jkoper running on 8 hearts. So twice as much health capacity. Caracarn is working on the lovely, lovely skeletons, Stalfos as they're properly called. Has the ladder so he can hide on, or just hop on the lava and pretty much juke out whatever they try to do to him. Kills him and gets the Triforce out of level 4, so that is his 3rd Triforce. Back in the Triforce lead. jkoper finds another push block, and it's a transport staircase in the upper left of the level. Comes back out in the upper left of the level, doesn't take it. Caracarn walking along the coast, checking what's down there. I think he's going to try to check as many of the caves down here as he can. Nice screen scroll there. And he's going to go to the coast and find the power bracelet, which he can pick up. Going to make it a little safe for himself first, though. Especially with that Zora coming up right next to it. That Zora's hanging around that power bracelet spot. He didn't want that to go. Question chat, is there a second item in level 8? Yes, there are 2 items in level 4 and 2 items in level 8. And the reason we say 2 items in level 4 is because it is second quest 1 to 6 tonight. Otherwise, it would be level 1 that would have the second item if it was first quest 1 to 6. And just knowing that Dark Falls will be back with us in just a moment, had to be right back, so I'll be with you while we wait for him to return. With that said, Caracarn is back outside. He is moving north, and I think he's going up towards the location. Oh, he has a power bracelet now. He's going to check the power bracelet spots. I like this play. Level 1 is under the power bracelet, ladies and gentlemen. So the power bracelet was required in the northwest of the map. Normally the northeast, but mirrored overworld. And jkoper getting assailed by the red bubbles. Once again, these red bubbles seem to be one of the stories of this seed. They don't want to let you play normally in this seed. They're just numerous, plentiful wherever you go. Looks like we have Dodongos in level 1. So Caracarn feeds them and doesn't eat the fairy and heads south into some beefy bats. And those statues are pelting him. This is one of those rooms where you'd like to have the magic shield because it would actually stop all the fire from the statues, but at the same time it does affect your screen scrolling, so that's why a lot of runners don't pick that up. Caracarn is sitting on 30 rupees right now. That's 30 arrows if he chooses to use them. Jkoper taking another death in level 8 just emerges from the staircase into the staircase room and immediately gets shafted. Caracarn finding a dig dogger in level 1, so that doesn't block anything, so he's going to continue. This level is shaped like the letter E. There's a long column from bottom to top, 8 rooms, and then 3 segments off to the right in the top, middle, and bottom that are 2 squares wide each. So a total of 14 rooms in this level 1. And we have light noodles. Nice uses of the fire, getting 5 rupees out of it, finds a compass, and go north. But you're going to have to eventually go left to be able to go north. Maybe behind the staircase. Now the item would be a... Oh, takes a death. I was going to say the item in level 1 is a floor drop. The staircase is automatically a transport by that knowledge. And Jkoper in the 8 bubble room in the top right corner of level 8 again. We've seen that room a few times already. Gets away without getting touched. Oh, Jkoper taking a sword to the gut on from across the room here. Caracarn gets hit by a red bubble and must have got disoriented by the controls because he walked right into a sword that was flying to the right and took another death.
So I'm not really Dark Falls, but I'm Dark Falls temporarily while he handles some business. So I will be playing the part of Dark Falls for a bit, everybody.
Sounds like I'm being temporarily joined by Belmort here, our tracker. How are you doing?
Good. What a race we have going. Kind of mean seed.
Yeah, this is... I don't know whether the seed is mean or whether it's just slow. But it seems the way that some of the bubbles and such are laid out in here, it is a little bit mean and a little bit slow.
Yeah, and we always know second quest state is always a slog. You're always going to have to take a billion staircases, and such is the way of that.
And please wait while we refill Jkoper's life. Continue.
Oh, gracious, and we see at least Caracarn, has his ladder because the Triforce M1 is ladder blocked, and he picks up his triangle.
You can clip into that. You can scroll up just a little bit and end up positioned right over the lava to possibly touch that Triforce, but by logic, the logic suggests that you do need the ladder. Even if you can't get it without the ladder, there's so many places the ladder is needed here that you might as well just have the ladder anyway.
Might as well. And, Jkoper's doing a great job in here, getting all these rooms cleaned out, seeing what our second item in 8 could be. Hopefully It's a good one. Oh, found a meat block.
Had the meat, so didn't want to use the key. Didn't have a key, so he couldn't work around. He's going to find there might have been a workaround if he had a key. But I think right now he's going to try to deal with this dig dogger. Nope, he's going to go north. And, well, that's a block for him. He doesn't have a ladder yet. So going to probably play the flute here. No, yep, here comes the flute because the bomb is down.
Yep, and Caracarn went back into 1 because he's looking for that item still and takes a death with those Lionels, whereas Coper is just plowing through 8 now, getting some stuff done.
Can you imagine if he does all this work plowing through 8 and it turns out to be something like the Lord Banana? That
or
would
the
be,
book. That'd be icky.
Or, well, the book I would take at this point, because there's still a lot that these runners... it's not... There is a lot that we do know now than we did compared to even 15 minutes ago, but the book can still provide some useful information as to where the rod is located. Look at that! I just called it!
Okay, that's not cool, Cyclone. I told you can't do that before. This was a nanner kind of dungeon.
Yeah, both diagonally shaped throwing objects were in there.
Correct, and Jkoper is going to move on while Caracarn keeps sticking out one, trying to figure out what the item in that is. And the real key to the seed was grabbing that bow out of 2 that led to the ladder, you know, in 4, and that's kind of what opened everything up. Hopefully, jkoper gets back there real soon.
Well, unfortunately for him, the Caracarn has been going to where the items are located, and has, I don't want to say a significant lead, but definitely has a good advantage at this point in terms of items collected. Now, Caracarn could obviously end up trying to dig 8, not still looking for something, and give all that time right back to jkoper. jkoper is not someone you want to give time back to. He is one of those execution masters in Legend of Zelda. So he is one of those runners you do not want to give time to if you can help it.
Nope.
So as long as he can find all the items before thinking of even going back to level 8, then he is probably going to be okay. And level 8 is one of those items where if you have the Triforce, you don't want to go back. So my guess is he won't go back and dig it. This could be turning into his race because of it. But obviously level 9 will also play a factor as well.
Absolutely, as it always does. And jkoper dropping into 5, and looks like Caracarn decided to maybe possibly leave out of 1, so we'll see what goes here. And it looks like there were 2 hearts in 1 Laboo.
Yeah, that means that was the boss heart and the dungeon item. So at least we now identified where the heart dungeon item is located. jkoper is standing on the starting screen thinking.
Yeah, probably just deciding his best course of action.
Okay, he has decided what to do. He is moving to the right. We're going to see where he decides to go here. Caracarn looks like he might be trying to get to the forgotten spot, unless he just got past that and I didn't see it. Okay, either way, he is going into the Death Mountain district right now.
Yep, gonna give this a thorough go through.
Let's do a quick analysis while they're running in the overworld here, just to see what we have left. Obviously, we have 2 items in level 9. As jkoper goes to level 2, this is where the bow is located. He'll be very happy when he finds that, I'm sure. So 2 items have to be in level 9. We know that the item in level 1 is found, because that's the heart container. There's nothing else in there. That leaves us 1 more item in level 4, an item in level 5, and is that it? I think that's it.
That is it, yep.
So one of those 4 items has to be the rod. We know it's because there seems to be blocks that it could very well be outside of level 9. So I would obviously want to dig 4 and 5 further to find that, based on what I'm seeing here. The red ring could be anywhere. The book could be anywhere. The any key could be anywhere.
Yep, and the 1 can't be in 9, because 7, you know, if we have any wand blocks sitting around, we'll have to get that. But
exactly, so it has to be either the second item in 4 or the item in 5.
Well, we'll see here soon enough. Hopefully, we get some more. We're probably gonna dig 4 in just a bit.
So since we know only 1 more item can be found outside level 9 besides the rod, what item do you think you would like to see not being buried in 9 that they tried to get a little earlier?
Any key. I think this has been a key-starved race, and I think the any key would be a boon to either of them.
I'm between either that or the red ring, because the red ring is also good at helping with the combat. There's been a lot of deaths in this race so far on both sides, so the red ring would definitely help with that. Whereas, the any key would make it a lot easier for them, especially for Caracarn. He wouldn't have to worry about buying keys or anything like that, or having to hunt for them, because he's down to 5 rupees right now. I've been watching his rupee count since he picked up the bow. It has been constantly draining. He has almost no money left.
Yep, when you only, you know, when you're heavy in dark nuts and wizrobes, you have to use, bombs, and then you start using your more and more of your your rupees for arrows, and it's like, what am I gonna do now?
The good news is for bombs, they only cost 7 rupees, but if you collect all the rupee rewards and you lose them to the door repairs, you're stuck either farming or going without. In rooms like this, you have to fight because you have to find a way through that door.
Yep, absolutely.
And then you get to a room like this. Hello. At least this doesn't lock anything. There's a compass sitting on the ground. And jkoper fighting and shoot.
Oh, at least he was right by the Triforce is right there for him if he'd like it.
So
of
look
course
at
he would.
So look at the level Caracarn is in. He is in level 5. You wouldn't know because they're the same, almost the same shade of green as your jkopers too. But Caracarn is in 5, and this is where one of those 2 remaining items that is not in level 9 is located. If we find either the red ring, the book, or the magical key in here, and he just left, so I don't think we're going to find out right now. But if we were to find either of those items in there, then we know the rod would be level 4 in that case.
Yep. And he's probably going to be working his count, getting some bombs here, since he's a little starved on money.
He's lucky if I get some money at the same time.
Yep, and both of them just kind of doing overworld things right now, and looks like Caracarn's he's gonna respawn these because obviously the blue Octoroks are bomb droppers.
Yeah, no money at all, and I don't think he was doing the 10 count because I think he's past 10 now. So he is definitely doing just trying to get bombs off the blue Octoroks. And they are not reciprocating. So drop into the beverage shop. That doesn't do anything to reset, so he's going to go next door. Oh, we don't need a fairy, we need money. Well, he did buy a little bit of money, so he buys some bombs because the enemies aren't being kind.
Well, he got 4 now, so that's something at least.
That may not get you very far, though.
Very true. And jkoper heading back into 2, seeing what he can do in there.
Now, the thing that makes it even worse for Caracarn is he chose to give away, and I don't blame him for doing this because he only had 4 hearts. He already picked up an extra heart that jkoper hadn't at the time. But he ran into the mugger and he decided to give up the heart. And then didn't find anything above it and decided instead of retrying to get the heart back to continue, he gave up the bomb and left that bomb is now permanently gone from his inventory. So he could have still been working on 8 bombs if he had saved before losing that bomb and done a retry. jkoper firing his bow.
Yep, that's what he's needed for a while. So now that he can do that, get himself into 4, get that ladder, and hopefully make some good progress.
Alright, I think she's finally back asleep. Has Cyclone respawned this room to see if he can get rid of those darknets?
Sorry, I didn't hear your question.
Did Caracarn ever respawn this room to see if he could despawn these darknets without bombing?
I think this room was mostly darknet, so I think he determined that he has to kill these darknets to proceed. And
there's a tactic in a light lake.
Yeah, I think he might. I didn't catch if he actually tried the respawn, but I'm assuming by fighting them that he probably did try to do that. By the case you did miss it, level 1 was locked by the power bracelet, so we know the power bracelet was required today.
It looks like jkoper picked up his bow, so that's gonna actually open up the seed for him now. So it would surprise me to see him start going much quicker.
Yeah, and he still has a lot of money compared to where Caracarn is. As I was discussing with Valmort, Caracarn is down to 3 rupees right now, and at this point that limits his ability to buy bombs. Even at 7 rupees, that's too expensive for him now. So he's going to have to be a little more careful coming closer to level 9 later, because he's about halfway there, to make sure he maintains some money so he can fight Ganon later as well.
Yeah, this is a situation where Caracarn's going to have to start working his count quite a bit and try to get some 10 counts and not have to buy some bombs.
In the meantime, we have to conclude the rod has to be either level 4 or level 5, so I think this is why Caracarn might not be too worried about the money right now, because he knows if he digs those 2 levels, he's at 5 right now, in fact. he knows there's a 50% chance the magic rod is in here. And this is because level 7 does require the rod to progress. So he knows he has to find it in 4 or 5, and he is going to dig these levels looking for that, because not only will that get him into level 7, that'll also improve his combat in general, so he doesn't have to rely on fire or on arrows most of the time.
In his mind, he has one item in 8 as well, but yeah, it's pretty close.
Correct. My guess is that he's omitting level 8, though, because at the moment, because it is such a big dig, and it was combat heavy. He only has 6 hearts and no red ring. So I have a feeling level 8 is the last thing on his mind right now. He's working on 4 and 5 being the likely scenario. So jkoper, now that he has that bow, can kill that Goma. We did see Caracarn, I believe, do this. It did drop a key there. There's another blue version of Goma.
Yeah, this is the path he has to take to get to his ladder.
There's that rupee boss. So I'm curious what still remains for Caracarn to explore in this level. This is the Triforce room. There won't be anything in here. Trying the bomb hole. That didn't work. I think I want to say this is where... No, you can't go up there. You can't go up at all. So that's already a room that he visited down there.
And that Gliok blocking one room, that level 5, is interesting. We know that it can't be the wand, but still have an enemy blocking one room is kind of a pain.
If that were to be the item room, we know exactly where the rod is now, but obviously we prefer to get a visual confirmation because there's a lot of places, a lot of guesses we're making based on enemy placements right now. Now, what's interesting is that jkoper is digging level 4 right now, so we just saw Caracarn work. He's probably still going to be working on level 5. But we also have jkoper in 4, so in our minds, one of these runners is going to be coming across the magic rod if they complete the dig of their respective levels. The question is who's going to get that and who will gain the advantage of having the better combat for a while.
Right now, I would say the advantage kind of goes to jkoper with the 119 rupees. Because he can actually buy bombs, he can use his arrows a little bit more freely. Caracarn doesn't have that same mindset at the moment. He's kind of struggling for resources.
Right, I agree, and I've been watching, as I said, that rupee count the entire time, and that's a concerning factor for Caracarn. He relied on the bow too much, and now doesn't have the resources to keep his bomb stockpile healthy. At the same time, if he spent all the bombs, he would have had to buy more bombs anyway, 4 at a time. So, in his mind, I think he was thinking one arrow shot is about half a bomb or something along those lines. We found a Chevy room here, but with the ladder he has no problem going through here. Gets stuck on the ladder for a moment.
This is the 3rd or 4th time he's had to clear this room, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. And there appears to be no path to the left as far as we can tell.
No, level 3, level 5, sorry, is only 3 squares wide on the bottom.
Yeah, that is the end of the Z, that's right.
So that Gliok is 100% blocking one room in this level 5.
If that's the item room, then jkoper is going to be finding the rod very soon.
I think Caracarn has 5 more rooms in this level 5 he hasn't checked. Oh, he has to go north from here.
He has the key, he can do that. I think whoever finds the
rod... potential item room.
Yeah, it is. Now, whoever finds the rod first, I think that's going to be who I have to give the advantage to here, because even though with Caracarn having not as much money, having the rod means he won't have to rely on those bombs or rupees as much. So if he finds the rod in level 5, huge advantage, I would say.
That is not the item. No push block here.
He'll just try to get through here, dodges Dark Nuts, off he goes.
Here we go, this is our item.
I think it has to be, yeah. Let's see what we got. Level 5 is a transport. I was about to say level 5's item, but that was a transport staircase.
Well, you got some money, that's good.
This is
okay, well, here's another staircase. Let's not get excited yet, because we don't know what the other one came out at.
It's either the transport or it's an item. It's one or the other, but if whatever this is, we know what the other one is. Item, and it's the any key. We know the magic rod is now on level 4. We now know where everything is. That means that the red ring and the magic book, or the book I guess it's just called, have to be in level 9. The rod is in 4. Magical key we just found in 5.
That's actually kind of big for a Caracarn, though. Of the remaining items, other than the wand, that is kind of big for him, because that lets him use his resources a little more freely now. Doesn't have to worry about buying keys.
I would agree. If that was the book in level 5, I think that's the worst item you could have possibly had at this point, because you know where most of the items are now. The only thing you don't know is the rod, and he can't buy hints right now, so the book wouldn't help him right now anyway. Whereas jkoper might be able to use such hints a while ago, but now I think he must have bought a bomb upgrade. Yeah, he bought a 2-bomb upgrade, it looks like, unless I didn't see the number earlier. So now jkoper's low on money too, actually. And jkoper has explored the entire letter D and has not found the second item. Has he been in both of those rooms in the middle?
I believe so, they just don't show up on your map.
Yeah, I know they don't, but I just didn't remember if he was in them.
BB Living, no, it's not a floor item. Both items level 4 are in a staircase.
So jkoper's going to keep digging here. We know that this is the right play for him. We know the rod is in here, even though we haven't seen it yet. It's the only item that can still be in here. Or the only place, rather, that the rod can still be, given that there is a block in level 7, and we've seen every other item in the first 8 levels. So we know he will find the rod if he finds the right room. It's just a matter of finding the right room now. And to answer the question in chat, we don't... Heart Shuffle would be a case where in any level an item could be on the floor, because that could replace the boss heart, for example. But so for that question in chat, for first and second quest without Heart Shuffle, there would be no item on the floor in level 4 at all. They're all staircases.
That is a lot of darkness to get to that Triforce in 5.
Yeah, that's whenever you see that, that's not fun.
Does get a 4-pick off the ground, so that kind of bailed him out a little bit.
The bomb upgrade is going to help him with the combat in here, but to be very blunt here. And I wonder if this is going to be the combo room, because this is also a push block room.
Actually, no, having exactly enough bombs to take the Triforce in 5.
I got my rooms mixed up. I was thinking that was the Triforce from jkoper's, and that was Caracarn in the Triforce room. Now on his 5th Triforce, so still in the Triforce lead. But jkoper, I feel, might be getting his rod right now, if he can clear this room. Four bombs left and 4 blue darkness, trying to get a double. Got one of them. Got the bomb drop! Oh, he can be a little more free with those bombs now.
Now, we might have a somewhat interesting situation here. Caracarn gave up a bomb earlier on the seed, so he only has 7. If this is in fact the wand, this is going to spell danger for him, because he might not be able to clear that room.
It's the wand! That's the rod.
That's a massive play now for jkoper.
That's going to be extremely difficult for Caracarn to clear with only 7 bombs. It's almost looking like that room, because of the beefiness of those dark nuts, almost requires a bomb upgrade. And the irony is that the rod would make it easier to battle those dark nuts. you have to beat those dark dusts to get the rod. That is A, disgusting, and B, evil. And Caracarn takes an overworld death to the bunnies. Don't touch the bunnies. They bite. And it has to go back to the starting screen.
There is no Holy Handgrid of Antioch in Zelda 1. jkoper about to grab his Triforce here in 4. So we're seeing jkoper, once he got that bow in 2, the sea kind of started falling together for him.
He still needs the silver arrows out level 3, but that's a short level. If he goes back to dig that, he should find that very quickly. So Caracarn, I would say at this point, is in some trouble. But at the same time, jkoper does not have the power bracelet yet. He does not know yet that level 1 is power bracelet locked. The longer he goes without testing that gives Caracarn time to get back in the race.
Well, he's going for the power bracelet right now. With his world clear, I think he kind of knows at this point that that's going to be where the last level is. And he hasn't been to level 3 yet, so we should definitely go clear that out also.
Yeah, level 3 is a quick level, and level 1 is, well, not as small as the original, but it's still very decent size for level 1, obviously. So it shouldn't be too hard to clear those 2 levels out.
Koper does in fact grab his power bracelet, and he is probably going to head up and find level 1 momentarily as well.
I think Caracarn might be looking for maybe some more money or something. I'm trying to figure out what he could be doing, because I think he's seen all the levels.
I don't think he knows where 6 is. 6 is up here in Death Mountain.
Ah, okay, so he's still looking for that then. He instead gets a door repair, and he now loses his last 3 rupees, so he can't use his bow. And he just had to change items when he found enemies on the screen. But he was getting a bomb out for the hole, and he has found level 6.
So he has now found level 6. I don't know if we know the enemy. It's the raft, so yeah.
At this point, I don't think he's going to worry about picking it up even when he sees it.
No, he knows he doesn't need it.
Yeah. jkoper feeds the dongles. He is on level 1 now himself. He did quickly get to the power bracelet spot that unlocked that. So with that rod, jkoper is going to quickly get back in this race and could potentially take the lead here if Caracarn does not find that rod soon. And I have a feeling he's not going to find that rod soon, because that blue dark nut room is not what he's going to want to clear for that rod.
Yeah, unfortunately, I would, even though he's a bit down on Triforce, I want to say jkoper has a strong lead at the moment, just simply for the Caracarn's bomb count.
Yeah, Caracarn's bomb count is not going to make that level or that room easy to clear. And I'm just to remind me of the mechanics, even if he clears some of the enemies and leaves the level, does the whole room respawn?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so it's going to be extremely hard for him to clear that. He might have to get a bomb upgrade at this point just to clear that. I would say based on that, that's going to give jkoper a chance to take a huge lead.
Well, at this point, what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to get a 9 count before that room somehow. Go into that room and take out some of the dark nuts without taking a hit. So once he kills that 10th one with a bomb, he'll get 4 back. So that's going to give him another 4 bombs to work with.
That too. Let's hope Caracarn knows how to count items so he can try to stay in the race here. Or count hits.
Triforce and 1 for jkoper. Gonna keep looking for the item though.
And not picking it up yet. We know it's a heart container in both cases, but he doesn't know that yet.
Gonna find out in about 10 seconds, though.
Yep, here it comes in 3, 2, 1. He picks up the second heart and he heads back to the Triforce. Not too worried about the bubble. He's not going to have to really fight anything else here. So, question in chat, and I think you just answered it in the chat, but jkoper did have over 100 rupees at one point. He did have enough for a bomb upgrade. He did get some extra bombs. That helped him get started on that 5 beefy Dark Nut combination. And as a result, he eventually got a bomb drop in that room as well, which he did need to clear the room. So he needed about, I want to say, like 12 bombs maybe to clear that room.
So what Caracarn could do is go to the right-hand door and kind of poke out a bit, and then the Lemolas won't be able to hit him. Let's have to worry about the fireballs, though.
I think he's trying to do the same thing here. There's a much wider path of fireballs to cover to get to the bottom door, so I think he's trying to do the same thing for the bottom door, but didn't get back down in time, went left and couldn't go down. Danger Noodle came over and got him.
Well, that's the thing. With the way the game is skewed, those Lemolas wouldn't be able to hit him in that right-hand door. He could be able to stick his head out and fire his candle, and they wouldn't be able to touch him. But it doesn't work that way on the bottom, unfortunately, because you have to go out too far to their hitbox.
Yeah.
Always use the right-hand door when you're trying to kill stuff from a doorway.
jkoper finds enough money to cobble up some more meat.
See, now the issue with Caracarn though is he's using arrows again when he has the red candle, so he should be saving his resources. Yes, it's a little bit slower, but this time it would save him money.
Yeah, at this point, he needs those resources. I'm actually a little surprised he is still using those arrows, knowing that he has run out of money in the past. So Caracarn trying to get these danger noodles again. Now, does the left door do the same thing as the right door, or is it just the right door?
No, just the right-hand door.
Just the right-hand door. So he did clear one of the worms, and that does automatically clear the other one. He sees there's no drop in here. He moves on. We know if he were to go straight down, I don't think he connects, but if he went straight down, he'll eventually come to the Triforce room, second from the bottom in that previous column.
So you know on these vinyl rooms right here, how if you stand on one half tower to the right of them, they can't hit you?
Yeah.
It's a similar premise, where the hitbox is too far skewed to the left. So if you stand in that doorway, they can't hit you, because the hitbox is too far skewed to the left.
I know I've used that half tile trick on the Wizrobes as well. The Wizrobes, if you are on the half tile, they spawn on the second row, so it's a good way to get safety along a very, very narrow passage. If the Wizrobes spawn on the second row, you can just walk freely on the bottom row.
Well, he takes out the Lemolas that time.
Caracarn is very close to the Triforce room right now. I think this is a transport. Yep. So he's if he goes, I don't remember exactly how it connects. I think jkoper went to the room to the left before going to the right to get the Triforce. So it is 2 rooms right and 1 down from where Caracarn is right now. He's going the other direction.
Well, he'll get his raft.
Yep.
Yay.
We sail not to do anything useful.
I mean, at this point, he could check for a secret, maybe. I guess that.
Actually, that was the transport. That wasn't the raft. So, and it just goes 2 rooms away. He was here before. And I think you can bomb him to the right here, and that will get to the Triforce, but he has to walk through a Gleeok to do that without the rod. That is a very, very dangerous prospect if he takes it out.
Yeah, exactly. This is the kind of situation where if we were playing with 1-hit KO, that room would actually make the seed unbeatable.
Yeah, it would be. Well, it would make the seed unbeatable if you had to follow a certain chain. With the rod, you'd probably be able to do it, but you would need the... Doesn't the magic shield stop Gleeok Fireball?
No, it doesn't. And since you're coming up behind him, you're going to hit his rear end, try to get behind to get to the
Yeah,
right.
so he'll be unbeatable then, you're right.
But that's only a 1-hit KO. That doesn't have really any promise on this seed.
Exactly.
Just a pickup, I guess. So we're thinking jkoper may have mismarked level 3.
And one thing we can definitely say is that mismarking something is a good way to run into trouble. So even though he has a huge advantage right now from our perspective, having a mismark on level 3 could be a very, very huge disadvantage to him if that is indeed what's happening. I know there was another race where I saw someone who mismarked level 6 and then couldn't find it for a while, and that ended up costing him the race. Do you remember offhand where level 3 was? We're having some discussion in the chat about that, and someone thinks it was in the forest.
I don't off the top of my head, no. Caracarn did manage to sneak by the Gleeok, but then ran afoul of a very angry horde of blue Lionels.
Let me see if I can get some research on level 3. Meanwhile, jkoper goes back into Act 5.
Well, we're gonna see what the Gleeok was hiding.
At this point, I don't think it was much of use that could be back there. Unless it's Triforce back there.
Oh, the Triforce is up in the Darknet room.
Oh, okay. Right.
jkoper is going to need some more bombs to deal with this level 5, though. Not going to be able to do it on 3. jkoper now running into some money issues also. Just 2 rupees. With his 1, though, he'll be able to take out the Darknuts without bombing him.
So I have a confirmation where level 3 is. I just went back and checked the video for it. That one screen that has the little inner area in the forest, the one that's in 2 parts basically, if the staircase is on the one side, that's where level 3 is. The one just south of the desert.
Oh, the potion shop?
Is it normally a potion shop there? I know it's just south of one of the desert squares, but it's that one that's in 2 parts. You can only go in one side at a time.
Gotcha, okay. That was a vanilla 100 second, I believe.
Yeah, maybe.
Caracarn needs to be really careful here.
So jkoper finds his level 5 Triforce. Caracarn does have this Triforce. Now the jkoper still does need the Silver Zelda level 3, and we think maybe having a marking issue with where level 3 was located. Caracarn is going to have issues with that level 4 though, and I think that's going to be the bigger issue between the two at this point, unless it takes jkoper a really long time to get to 3.
Well, the Gleeok was hiding in a staircase. Now it's gotta bring him up to the upper part of the dungeon.
And
so I'll
that
bring
is
him
not
closer to the Aniki.
Yeah.
Which at 2 keys, I'm sure he'll be happy to see.
So Caracarn did not acquire the Raft out of level 6. He also did not acquire the Triforce out of level 6, it looks like.
Caracarn going back for the Triforce here in level 2. I believe it's this room right here that has it, so he's gonna get this pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was this room, I believe. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, and jkoper is back in level 7 to grab his Triforce here. Just has to go to the left a few rooms and he'll have it. So he'll be here pretty quickly, since he did go to the left. Gonna hop into a staircase, so it's gonna divert him up to the upper part of the dungeon.
Now the runners both did find the red counter here a lot earlier. It was very early to dig that out, but the main part of the level was blocked by the rod needed to take out a Gleeok. So we have danger noodles again here. Caracarn enters level 7 and exits level 7. And flutes away from level 7. So jkoper has found
has the Triforce, and jkoper grabs it, and he just has to hunt for 3 now.
Yep, I was just gonna point out he just took the Triforce lead with that as well, so he now has a definitive lead. As soon as he finds 3 and finds those silver arrows, I would say he's in the driver's seat. And knowing jkoper's ability to be to execute and to be thorough, I have a feeling he's going to probably have no problems with level 9, but level 9 has struck down many a good runner in the past. It has earned its moniker, the Great Equalizer, for a reason. Especially with Uncle Wizzy in there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Caracarn's gonna find nothing but a banana here for him. So jkoper's really gotta get over to the forest.
Yeah, when jkoper dug out the boomerang in here, and I mentioned at the time that Caracarn had a huge edge from that, but if he came back into level 8 and dug out did the same digging, he'd give jkoper that time back. He literally is giving jkoper all that time back right now. So it looks like jkoper is hanging around the Lost Hills segment right now. Caracarn is still digging for the boomerang and finds the bait block from the north. jkoper sees the buddy transcending the screen, doing screen warps like he does. And Caracarn takes a death before he gets to the boomerang. So remembering where level 3 is, jkoper is still a fair distance away from it. He's going around the Death Mountain area right now, so he's about as far from level 3 as he can be right now, being in this area. Once he gets back down into the forest area or in the desert area, he'll at least be nearby. Question in chat, has jkoper been in 3? I don't recall if he has been in 3 yet, but I want to say he might have been and just mismarked where his map has to, or didn't mark it on his map, so I think he's just checking again to see where he can find it. I know he was in the desert screens earlier. He did check the desert screens. I don't remember if he checked that last staircase or not. He might have opened the staircase and gotten killed on the screen or something like that, and that might be why he marked it off by accident. So, jkoper is getting warmer. If he goes down, he will... It's either this screen or the next screen. He goes down, I think it's the next one. He goes down from here, he will have it. Hasn't checked this yet. Gonna open it. There's level 3. jkoper is back in the driver's seat. So Caracarn is still digging level 8. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be to his demise because jkoper just needs the level 3 Triforce. Once he finds the silver arrows, I don't recall if it was this room. I think it might have been this room actually. No, it was the map. It was the room to the right of here, or upper right. So after he finds the Triforce, if he comes back in and goes straight up, he'll find the silver arrows in that room. Oh, he got the silvers. Apparently he picked the silvers and we didn't notice. So we'll verify that when we see the map. Or the menu screen, rather. And our tracker just marked it on. So, looks like he has the silvers. He has all 8 Triforces. He is off to the fabulous place known as level 9. And as noted in by someone in chat, jkoper is now in what we call go mode. He doesn't have to find anything else in level 9. All he has to do is 2 specific things. I think jkoper might be in Be Right Back status again here, so I'll go ahead and I'll explain what we are looking for in level 9. Level 9, jkoper is going to be listening for the sound of a screaming animal. That screaming animal is 9 times out of 10 going to be Ganon, and unless it's a patron masking the sound of Ganon. When we hear Ganon, that means he's either to the north, south, east, or west orthogonically, not diagonally from where we are. As soon as he enters another neighboring room and hears the pig again, he'll know exactly where Ganon is. Besides that, he's going to be looking for the single shutter door that does not open. When he finds that single shutter door, that's where the girl is. And I'm going to ignore the joke that Darkfall just posted in the chat there. So as soon as that single shutter door does not open, even when all enemies in the room have been defeated or any push block pushed, that means that's where the girl is. If after being Ganon you see a shutter door open, that's where the girl is. Go finish the game. So jkoper is starting his tour of level 9 right now. And we have a shoot room already. Oh shoot. So, one of the advantages of this level 9, whereas the first quest level 9 has 6 sets of staircases, Caracarn taking another level 8 death. This has got to be discouraging at this point. So whereas first quest level 9 has 6 staircases, the second quest only has 4. There are a couple one-way staircases, but those otherwise it is just 4 regular transport staircases here, and not as bad in terms of travel. You also have fewer rooms in general because there's more of the map blacked out in this version. 20 rooms are blacked out, 2 in the eyes are able to be accessed. But a lot of the map that you have to go through in the first quest level 9 is not available in this one. We found the book. I don't think jkoper, nope, he's not going to take that. At this point, that would hamper his wand for no benefit. Caracarn has found his way to the correct level. It is level 4 he needs to be in for the magic rod. What he will probably not be happy to find out eventually is that he has to kill 6 beefy blue dark nuts in order to claim it. And he has no bombs, so that's not going to be very not going to be possible without a bomb. So you can only help but feel it's just a matter of time at this point as we cross the 2-hour mark of this race. I am Cyclone, and Dark Falls is going to be right back as soon as he can. Looks like he disappeared for a second to deal with something on his end. But I'm going to go solo with you for now.
Actually, I'll kick in with you, Cyclone. He asked me to finish up, so I guess I'm Dark Falls again? Dark Bell?
Hello, Bell Falls. How are you doing?
Oh, you know. Fun times.
We'll go ahead and we'll change that since you're filling in.
It looks like this 2Q9 is going to be kind-ish, I guess.
So, Caracarn finding the bomb upgrade, and little does he know how useful that will be for him very soon. And he doesn't have any money for it because he didn't manage his money very well, using it on arrows instead of using the candle where he could.
Yeah, rupee management's such a big deal in seeds like this, so I'm sure that has to be, frustrating for him as well.
Not just in seeds like this, but in this mode in general. When you don't have a sword, you're losing your most reliable form of combat. You're looking for one magic rod to replace it. I'm not going to go into one rod jokes or one ring jokes here with that, but you're looking for one magic rod to replace that, and that is a single rod, whereas there's 3 swords to find. So the first sword is usually to find, the second one is in a dungeon, and the third one is just when you have enough hearts and are strong enough. Whereas most of the time with one rod, if it's buried like in level 9, you're going to have a hard time doing any kind of combat. You have to be very creative with your items. And I want to argue that being good in these kinds of swordless seeds actually improves your regular seeds as well, because you know better how to handle various types of items, even when you have a sword.
Absolutely, and we find that this is not the kidnaps room, and Coper will keep digging to find our items.
Gonna go in the top right corner, top right ear right now. Well, I would kill this Patra and find out for sure if that is the kidnaps room.
Yep, and Caracarn is in, I think, the room he needs to be.
That is the room he needs to be in. jkoper takes a death. Caracarn is glaring angrily at those dark nuts and letting them push him around because he realizes he can't do anything with them, and that's probably the room, most likely. So seeing that and letting himself get bullied, he leaves, and I think he's off to find some bombs, but he realizes as well, he only has 9 rupees, so he can't really buy bombs.
He can buy a single pack at 4, but that's really not going to help him much.
Not going to help him at all. Unless they all gather up in one spot and all take damage at once. That's not very likely. And that have to happen 3 times.
Yeah, so that's a bit of an impossibility almost.
You have to find a way to force a 10 count and be very creative with those 4 shots to hit as many times as you can. It could take a while just to get those shots. It almost makes you think that you should go and try to farm for the money, or at least do the money-making game for the bomb upgrade. That would be more reliable because you get a quick 9 bombs doing that, but it takes a lot more time to get 9 bombs. At the same time, you need those extra bombs to beat the room, so...
Well, looks like he has enough for another pack, but of course, yep, he's going to go ahead and buy that second pack, but he only has 7 because he took that, the mugger room stole.
He didn't retry after that mugger incident, so he ended up keeping that bomb lost. If I were him, I would save at this point and then come back here and try and just retry if he doesn't get through. He's going to have to rely on forcing a 10 count at this point.
Yeah, I think saving would be a nice strategy for him.
Yeah. But at this point, with jkoper being level 9, and you have to assume at some point very soon he is going to find the kidnapping, he is going to find the Ganon. So at some point, he's going to finish the seed probably in the next 5 or 10 minutes, likely, given what he's explored so far. Unless there's a magical staircase somewhere that's just stupid. Which does happen. We could have a situation where Caracarn could possibly still find that rod before jkoper beats Ganon, but I feel it's going to be too little too late at this point. We're just going to have to see how this level 9 treats jkoper. We hear a noise, but that could just be the Patra that's in the room.
Yep, probably just Patra being Patra Wayne.
Trying to hide in the blocks of the normal Triforce room. And there's Uncle Wizzy. 1 heart left. Well, we're gonna try and get... Oh, that could be...
Yeah, there we have the kidnapped.
So I'm going to assume there's a staircase to get to the rest of the left ear, but we're not looking for that. We know a way to get there without going to the rest of the left ear. So my guess is those other two rooms may connect in some way, and that last room is just irrelevant.
Could well be. Now he's just on the hunt to kill the beast, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, he's just looking for... He just wants to be a little more liberal in his coverage so that he leaves a few holes in places and figures out exactly where the pig is, that he can just narrow in from there. He doesn't have to cover every single room orthogonically, like row by row. He can leave a few holes in places just listed for the pig and see where the noise is coming from.
Oh, darn, and a Caracarn getting taken out by those blue dark nuts trying to get that room clear.
Now, he's covered a lot of this level. I don't remember hearing the pig anywhere. Maybe we did and no one noticed, him included. But I don't think there's a lot of rooms that are left that he could hear the pig in from a neighboring room. Please wait while we refill your life. Filling, 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 complete. Caracarn going to take another shot at the blue darknet room, it looks like. Jkoper was most likely just told where the kidnap is located.
Yep.
Or it might have been a Ganon hint, we don't know.
Just keep it on digging, and Caracarn heading back to that room of good fun times again.
Speaking of Caracarn, probably just got a hint as to where level 4 was. Oh, wow. It was just pointed out in chat that Ganon could be in the top left of the ear.
Yep, could be a magic staircase up there.
Yeah, that is disgusting, but possible. We know exactly what room the princess is in, and it could be the pig is right next to the princess. So we might have to staircase up to the top left of the ear, figure out which of the two rooms he's in, then just go straight into the girl's room.
Could always happen.
Now, there is still enough of the rooms in the lower corner as well, but I think all the rooms he's explored would have given hints to the neighboring rooms. So yeah, it has to be the ear. I think it has to be the ear.
Yep, so we're probably looking for one of those magical staircases.
That's exactly what we're looking for. It has to be the ear. One of those three rooms has Ganon. Yeah, that's a comment just coming from Captain Green in chat. Zelda guarding Ganon. That's exactly what's happening. She really likes the pig. She likes him.
She's lonely and gave up hope that Link would come save her?
I mean, it's her bacon. She doesn't want any man taking her bacon. I'll leave that one untouched.
That's best.
And we have a shoot room again.
Oh, shoot.
Caracarn is going to take another shot at these dark nuts. He has 5 blue dark nuts. He leaves the room. I haven't been paying attention to see if he's trying to do the 10 count here. I wonder if he is trying to. He's going to get cornered if he's not careful. That was a nice try, but 3 Dark Dust juked him out on that bomb, so, oops. He needs a bomb drop right about now. He needs to work on that one that's in the lower right corner. This might be our staircase.
Very well could be.
That's not our staircase.
Regretfully, no.
1 bomb left for Caracarn. He doesn't get the bomb. Now, he's going to leave the room, and I wonder if he's going to try to return to the start of the level and try to work further to try to find some bombs here. I don't know where he's going to find those bombs, though.
Yeah, he's in a tough position here.
Likewise, I think, drop bombs. That might be his best option. Oh wow, are the bats taking no damage from the boomerang?
Yeah, the bats are little they're gem bats.
Those are not beefy bats. They're on some kind of performance enhancing thing, I want to say. Comment from earlier, Ganon's minions cheat.
Absolutely. And it looks like the mean old Lake-likes are not bomb droppers, regretfully.
Looks like I was mistaken on that. I wasn't 100% sure on that myself. Caracarn sitting inside level 5, or the entrance, just mulling, while the Zora tries to take pot shots at him. And he eventually calls the tornado to lift him away to another world. Or
Yep,
another part of the map.
Somewhere else right now. jkoper still looking for his way up to that magic staircase to find Ganon here.
Little does he know he has all sorts of time. We're at 2 hours and 13 minutes into this race. Both runners are watching the SRL channel right now for a done to see, most likely to want to call it a night at this point. Caracarn especially, because he's not enjoying this level 4 situation. And jkoper thinking he should have had this a long time ago based on where certain items were, probably. And just thinking Caracarn probably had an edge, which Caracarn did have an edge at one point.
Oh, so it looks like that room did have enemies in it.
I wasn't paying attention. There was another room that has Zelda. That could be it to the left, actually. And this should be Ganon to the left now, because there was no other room he could be in. So yeah, it has to be that room. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon in the Chevy room. Oh, this is not a good room to fight Ganon. jkoper knows it, and he does another please wait moment with life refill. Ganon, please wait while I refill my hearts. Thank you, you can attack me now. And gets Ganon to come in for a shot. It's going to take at least 7 shots. If he rolled same number or plus, it could be 8 shots, but we know it could be 7 or 8. Can't go above 8. I think we had 6 there. That might be 7. That's 8.
And there is Z Bacon.
Now, we didn't have a doorway, but if that room to the left is the girl... No, it isn't.
Nope.
So I wasn't paying attention to other rooms because I thought that one was her room. So little did I know, and I'm going to assume jkoper did find another push block somewhere, or another door somewhere that did not open. So assuming that is the case, he may know where the girl is. I wasn't paying attention to the rest of the rooms thinking we saw her already. So we will find out in a moment if that is the case, if he knows where the girl is.
Well,
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if he doesn't, given his exploration of this level.
Yeah, Southwest seems probably but it looks like he knows where he's going to, so...
Yeah, he looks like he's on a target right now, targeted path. Now he would have to go down here. Watch over the bubbles, there you go. You don't want to be cursed when you meet the princess. There's the door. We have a finish.
There we go.
So, ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for jkoper, who, with an official... Actually, let me get the room in front of me. With an official SRL time of 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 7 seconds, has claimed victory in this rather nasty seed. And Caracarn, 8 seconds later, as I kind of suspected would be the case, eventually has forfeit from the race. So, and just saying in chat, Caracarn says, thank goodness I've never wanted to lose a race so badly. From what I can see there, it looks like that was not an enjoyable seed to play. So get your GGs in chat for both runners, and we'll see if they want to come into chat about this.
And with that, looks like we have jkoper in chat. GG, sir. Nice game.
GG.
Thanks. I want to wait for Caracarn if he's coming.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if he comes as well. I think, yeah, forfeit was marked for him, so we'll see if he wants to come in. So while we're waiting to see if Caracarn wishes to join us, I'm going to go ahead and bring up more of the schedule for upcoming races here. We do have, let me see, that race was, it is now the 12th. So we are looking at the next two races on the schedule, which are 3 races rather. We have Saitam versus Saver, which is going on tomorrow. That is at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We have Chessjerk versus Zep Gedney at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, and we have Thurwolf versus Eat My Steel at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. None of those races are assigned to a channel as of yet, so we don't know what channel they will be on yet. They will either be here on the Speed Gaming family networks, so you can follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6 to find those, or one or more races may be on the Randomania family of networks, which is Randomania and Randomania 2 through 4. You can follow those to catch the races that come on those channels in this tournament. They are our Speed Gaming's broadcast partner for this tournament. So they will cover, both channels will cover different races in this tournament. And let's see if Caracarn is, nope, Caracarn has not joined us yet. And Caracarn says no, he's going to go to bed, but wishes jkoper a good game. First of all, good game and good luck in the rest of the tournament. So we'll just talk jkoper at this point. GG again.
Thanks.
So
I made some severe routing errors in this run. Really killed me.
Yeah, at one point, Dark Follows, when he was with us, noted that you seemed to have mismarked level 3. Was that the case?
No, I never found it.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't check that spot. I mean, when I got there, I burned it open and then, opened it. I was just, I was desperate. I also did not write down level 9, which is a mistake I've made, like, probably dozens of times at this point, and it's really ridiculous. Thankfully, I found it without too much backtracking at the end. But yeah, I definitely full cleared the overworld. I don't think there's any question about that. And like 2 and 3 were in a couple of the last possible places for them to be in. Yeah, missing 2 was just silly. I blame the inverted or the mirrored overworld for missing both 2 and 3, really, because I routing is different and it feels different, and you don't quite get used to the same old things that you're used to doing. So yeah, so I just I failed to route in those couple spots, and I think 2 had the bow, which was really important, and then
It did.
3 had the silvers, which were, less important, but still required. Would have been nice to have a little earlier, I suppose. I don't know. I don't think it made a huge difference.
At one point, Caracarn did have an advantage in the race. At one point, you were digging level 8, and he had left level 8 after getting the Magic Boomerang. I didn't think he was going to go back to level 8 at all because he was doing some good digging of the lower levels. He found 2 and 3 well before you did, and had cleared out level 3 a long time before you had. But it turned out that eventually he when he was in level 7, he did give up the bomb instead of the heart. He had the 4th heart container, whereas you went into zombie status temporarily. So he actually gave up the bomb. He was down to 7 bombs, and he never did get that magic rod out at level 4. He was actually working on that at the time that you won the race. So he finally got to that room, was trying to clear it out. He just couldn't get all the dark nets down. They weren't dropping any additional bombs. I think you were lucky to get a bomb drop in that room. You even had extra bombs to start with.
But I saw that room and I made note of it, and I knew that there was going to be a bomb upgrade somewhere in 4. So I was hoping to get the bomb upgrade and come back there with at least 10, but hopefully more than 10. But it turned out to be 10 bombs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I got. To say I got lucky with the bomb drop is kind of misleading, I guess, because.
Yeah.
I didn't. It wasn't a lucky bomb. They can't drop bombs. It was a forced bomb. But
you had forced it. Okay.
Yeah. It has to be forced. The Blue Darkness don't drop bombs. But
right.
I wasn't really planning on forcing a bomb in there. I guess I didn't know what my count was at. So in that sense, I got lucky, just because I happened to. I happened to be at a 10 count in there, and it turned out to be kind of required. I don't know. I just wasn't getting enough damage on my bombs otherwise without that forced bomb drop in there.
It looked like those bombs were required because you did, from what I could tell, you did use all the bombs you had, and then you dipped into those extra bombs. So in that sense, to that extent, it was a little bit lucky that you got those bombs, even if you didn't know. You still had the forced bomb drop, whether you knew it or not, obviously, and it worked out in your favor because you got that room cleared, and it got you towards the finish in this, because that rod literally opened everything up at that point. Caracarn never did manage to get that rod, and that was really what determined this race.
Yeah, did he get the rest of the Triforces? Or
let me just bring it back up here. He did have all of the items. He had. He never got to finish level 7, obviously, without the rod. He never finished level 6. He was exploring it for a while, but I think what happened there is there's the one room where he didn't have as much health as you did. He had like 8 hearts. He might have gone up to 9 at some point, but I definitely saw him on 8 hearts, whereas you were running around with about 12, 13 by the end. At one point, with about 6 hearts, he went through that Gleeok room and took a death to that Gleeok right next to the Triforce room. He didn't go back in to try again, because I guess he didn't like that Gleeok room or something, which I wouldn't either, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know how many potions I bought in this race, but it's the most in a long time. And I still died 10 times.
Yeah, there were a lot of deaths between the two of you in that race, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't necessarily blame the seed. It would have been so much nicer if I would have just routed in like 2 at a reasonable time and got the bow, and then I probably would have got the wand even earlier, but I don't know.
It also didn't help that it was pretty much very close to being a poverty seed. The large secret was brought it back a little bit, where it was just a low money seed, but besides that, it was pretty much a poverty seed. Their money was not very free as it is in some other seeds.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really struggle with getting the money that I needed, I guess. I almost had no money left at the end because I bought that extra bait going into 3. I had no idea what Caracarn was up to. I felt so slow after I found 2 and I found 3 and everything, because I yeah, I full cleared everything. I don't think the recorder was even required in this whole seed.
You might be right on that. I know that we did kill a few dig doggers along the way, but I don't think they hit anything. I think you're right. I don't think it was required.
Yeah. So it was kind of weird. You know, obviously the seed gave us that right away, and it just wasted time. And the white sword item was bombs, so there wasn't a lot of immediate help coming from the seed.
And one more thing the Caracarn did, he did find the arrow. He did find the bow very early. He actually bought the arrows after finding the bow, whereas you bought the arrows when you found them. I think they were the rare shop, so you only had the one shop. But he was using the arrows very, very liberally, and as a result, he couldn't invest in things like bomb upgrades. So he pretty much, I want to say, sunk himself into a hole by using all of his money on arrows instead of using the red candle once he found it, or instead of using bombs when he had them in plentiful supply. So that also contributed to his not being able to have the resources he needed at the time that he needed them. Yeah. And that also led to your favor in that regard too.
Yeah. Yeah, the red candle combat was slow, but I guess it turned out good in that respect. It's free. So, yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm moving on. I get to play some Elite 8 flags next week, I believe, against Zarnax.
That's correct. You get to play Zarnax with the E8 flags, and we go to a best of 3 format next week. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah. You know, I don't know if I've ever raced Zarnax in a tournament before, but we've certainly raced before. So, it'll be fun, I think. So.
Well, we are expecting a good race out of it for sure. Obviously, at this point in the tournament, the E8 flags, only 16 runners in the tournament are going to get to play the E8 flags, 8 in the winner's bracket, and then 8 getting some early experience in the lower bracket before the upper bracket people come down. So it's going to be 16 people getting to play them. You're among those 16 people now. So looking forward to seeing how you and Zarnax both handle those E8 flags, and we'll definitely be following those, and of course all the races, but of course yours as well in the tournament, and seeing how things go. See if you can get closer to that final.
All right, thanks guys for the commentary and for stepping in for other people. Thanks to Derek Falls and I don't know if Belmorte was also tracking or what, but
Belmort was, yes.
Yep, I did both. But
right.
GG to you, and thanks for your time tonight. Best of luck in your next race.
Thank you. Have a great night, guys.
Have a great night, and good luck in the future. So just taking a quick look at I mentioned the schedule already. All the races I brought up earlier tomorrow. I mentioned Scytown versus Saber, Chestrick versus Zepgedney, Thurwolf versus Eat My Steel. There's also another race scheduled for 2 days later, April 14th, 5 o'clock, Random Effect versus Kingdoll. Those are all going to be on the bracket flag set that you just saw tonight. We are getting close to being at the end of the bracket flag set. We're going to be moving straight into E8 flags once this third round in the lower bracket does complete. So this is the last round in the lower bracket that has any bracket flags. We're going to see 4 of those in the next, 3 of those tomorrow, and at least 1 more of those the next day. I'm still looking up Big Shake versus FCOF and what round that is. But that is also on April 14th, and there may be some other races coming up on the schedule as well. In the meantime, taking a quick look at the speed gaming schedule, just seeing what's coming on, what's still on tonight, and what's coming on tomorrow. Actually, this is the last thing tonight. So we're going to be ending the show here, speed gaming, for the evening. If you're watching on YouTube, stay tuned. There will be another race in this tournament coming up behind us if you're on our playlist. But for those watching live on tomorrow, you'll find some link to the past Randomizer League. Titans Myths versus the Immortals. I actually called the first of those races on Monday. Pretty interesting race that day. We have other ones, Team Awesome versus Missing Bow. We have some Super Metroid Prodigy tournament action going on. So some runners are Macatroid, Phazon Knight, Beef Robber, and Iretheta. I might be saying that wrong. We have some other events like Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, some Pac-Man World 2, some Link to the Past Randomizer Spoiler Log Tournament. So lots of things you can watch here tomorrow. Make sure to follow, again, Speed Gaming 2 through 6 to follow any of those. If you're on YouTube, those will be on different playlists on this channel, and you'll be able to catch those races on those playlists as well. So I know we did lose Dark Falls to his personal situation. I want to thank Dark Falls for doing commentary as well. Make sure you give him a follow if you haven't already. And make sure to follow our tracker and fill-in commentator, Belmore79.
Yes, definitely give Cyclone a follow as well. He always does such a great job and has done a ton of great races for us. So definitely give Mr. Cyclone a follow, please, and definitely follow our runners. It was a hard seat at times, and definitely decisions were made, but they're both great runners, and we look forward to seeing them in future tournaments, and of course jkoper's next match versus Arnax.
Exactly. We look forward to seeing that when that gets scheduled too, so we can keep tabs on how those E8 flags treat these runners. I obviously, like Belmore said, I'd appreciate follows as well. I really just started streaming myself, so I'll try to be entertaining myself at times. Other than that, there's not really much else to discuss here. So any last thoughts from you, Bob?
Nope. This is just for folks. This is some of our last brackets. You'll catch even more tomorrow, but soon the E8 joy begins, so we look forward to seeing everybody on those E8 flags. And thanks for having us tonight, Speed Gaming, and remember to follow Speed Gaming 1 through 6.
Yes, E8 flags. Yes, make sure you follow Speed Gaming again. I want to wish everyone a wonderful evening and or a day or afternoon or morning or whatever it is where you are. We look forward to seeing you for more races tomorrow. Until then, have a good night. Enjoy all the rando and everything else. Good night, everyone.
Night all. Have a good one.